Little change of pace today, boys. We're actually leaving blue balls at the house, and me and Swimsuit Girl are going to a fishing expo. How about it? I guess there's nothing better to do on a Saturday because it is absolutely packed. So Mike Dove from Thunderhawk, this guy right here got us in, so we kind of snuck in because that line is huge. Jump on in, Swimsuit Girl. Let's go. We got all kinds of stuff, dude. We're literally breaking into the fishing shed.
We got the Mikey Ball special right here.
Oh yeah, that's my deal, dude. So this is the Thunderhawk booth, and one of my favorite traps is this Sergeant. It's a ½ ounce, and it's absolutely silent. We actually caught some on it yesterday. What else you got, Mikey?
That's yours right there.
That's mine, the red one, dude. You know what other one's been naughty? I think you told me about this guy.
Yes.
Dude, that thing's been nice.
And then this is our new color out this year. Transparent red. We got an A10, the square bill, and the lipless.
There's something about a silent trap and it being so subtle, and it fishes a little shallower too, so when you got like a foot or two of water in that super skinny stuff, it absolutely kills it, and they chow it.
This has won 3 tournaments in Minnesota last year.
The gold
and black back.
Really?
Yep.
Well, that's that kid you were telling me about up in Minnesota. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he's a hammer too.
And I throw that down to Florida a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely, dude. You can't beat a gold trap in Florida.
Tannic water. We got all kinds of new colors out, man. That believe it or not, the #1 seller we got in the whole country is that right there, sunset purple.
Yeah.
So this year it came out with a color, a subdued version of that. It's called Iced Tequila.
That looks badass.
Money. We've been getting feedback about that everywhere from Minnesota down to Texas. With that weight transfer system in it, it acts like kind of like a one knocker though.
Yeah, so catch super easy, and then you get that thud.
That's the transparent red in an A10 square bill.
That looks super good, dude.
That's money.
Super sneaky. It's actually really subtle. It's a big bait, but like in the water, it doesn't actually displace a lot of water. You can fish it on super like calm, slick water, dude, and it's just got this slight little kind of pop and walk. It's kind of naughty, dude.
That's Mark Fishburne.
Hey, good to meet you, Mark. Don't get hooked.
It's my uncle. We call him Uncle Steve.
Uncle Steve.
Uncle
like
Steve's the sales manager now for Thunderhawk there, and we're moving everything from Arkansas to Indiana. Matter of fact, right now this week.
Yeah, thank you.
Both these guys are combat veterans as well. We were down at ICAST last year, and everybody in our booth were veterans or police officers, one of the two. So it makes me pretty proud to bring that all back to Indiana, my hometown, and do business there. And it's pretty special what we got going on. We're excited what's coming, man.
And nobody messes with you because you can beat them up.
Well, I don't know. Still kind of.
That color is extra pretty. It doesn't even look the same out of the bag.
No, it doesn't. It just, you put it in light, it changes.
That tail. A lot of things we've kind of noticed on the.
All right, we talked with Mikey from Thunderhawk. We're gonna go adventurize and look around at what else they got. So many jigs, dude. Look at all this skirt material, a bunch of custom ball heads. These are kind of fun. Texas rig like Ned's. Ooh, Demiki rigs. Look at all the jigs up top here. I think it's just more fun to go see stuff. We should go to a lecture and ask guys like terrible questions about stuff.
Do they taste better when you use
Yeah, that's what we should do, is ask them, what's the best way to cook a bass? Go, what do you call that? Like lecture bombing? Doesn't even say you are here. Swimsuit Girl likes this one. Clear, transparent with some glitter and the little red dot in it. What's kind of cool about this, if you ever want to like start your own soft plastics company, kind of like these small mom and pop like plastics companies like this, like these shows are great locally for like hitting up a bunch of people, kind of showing them the product and like getting into the market. You don't gotta start big, you kind of start at the grassroots level, because that's where it all, in my opinion, that's where it all begins. We found the good stuff, boys.
Yeah, so I understand. Yeah.
Custom glides, custom swim baits. This is Long Creek custom baits. Ooh, and custom crankbaits. Naughty. Find everything, dude. So these are actually like custom built rods. So if you're a Crimson Tide fan, you can do that. You can get custom grips and all that. That's one cool thing with the shows is, like, you know, your small time vendors, they can do a lot more like direct, like hands-on work. Ooh, more stuff. BC Lures. Oh, that's a sweet jig head. See how the eye is kind of like embedded? I love those kind of jigs because, especially fishing down in Florida, the jigs don't work that well most of the time. But the ones that have the eye sort of embedded in the head come through the grass a lot better. Dirty Sanchez. Wow, that's highly inappropriate. Let's get this video flagged. It's a great color though, dude. Whiskey Bent. I think some of the names on these, get the net. The names are almost as fun as the colors, dude. Bloops. Get her done, boy. Get her done. So many crankbaits. So this is pretty cool. I ran into my buddy Isaac, Cumberland Lures, dude. He's got a whole array, and this is like an OG company. So tell me a little bit about what you guys out or what you're excited about right now.
We're excited about our new jig line. We've got 4 new baits that we came out with last fall. I'll show you the first one we got here. It's called the Bama Swim Jig. And what we did with the Bama Swim Jig, it's technique specific. It's designed for that Bama shake technique. We wanted to add something to that presentation, so we added a rattle to add an acoustic element to it. And what's cool about that rattle, it works with that technique. Now you can swim a jig any way you want, but that's what we built it for.
Because what he's talking about is like as you're reeling, you're like shaking the rod. You see all those guys and
really high in the water column, fishing above grass, wood. Yep. It's a really quick motion. You're using more like craw trailers, twin tail, stuff like that are wider to keep it higher in the water. But we put the rattle right below that hook, and so it adds balance to the bait. And the biggest problem you run into with rattles, because rattles are awesome, but they're always sitting right there on your keeper.
Screw with the trailer and the keeper, yeah.
So we stretched it. We built a place specifically for it. And this ridge right here, that rattle would stay in place, but that ridge keeps your softeners from your soft plastic from leaching through your bands.
Yeah.
It's got a mustad hook. We went with a 4/0, so if you like tipping that gambler chunk, you can tip it, and it's still nice and compact. We keep all of our weed guards right down on the hook point. And I'll show you our new flipping jig. We did something really cool, and it's very simple. It's a modified Arky, but it's wider than your standard Arky style jig.
Across rock a lot better, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you've ever rode a dirt bike, you know about this deal. You know how a dirt bike's got that shape of that tire, and it's got a really hard ridge. You can turn the bike and it stops. We put that into the jig head, so it's got really sharp ridges. And what that does for you, when you're coming over cover, it's fighting to get back that line tie. It'll twist as it comes over timber. That ridge keeps it from turning. And when you drag this jig a while, now it's powder coat, but you'll notice all those scratches will stop right on that ridge.
Yeah.
And this paint looks bright. It's crazy how effective that is.
It's kind of cool because one of the biggest problems, I'll rig up a flipping jig.
Yeah.
And so we're in Alabama, like on Wheeler, we'll go and we'll flip like wood, but then you'll come up to a bank and it's a bluff bank and it's rock. And it's like, dude, I seriously have to tie up like another jig to fish that because I got to tie like, you know, Arky, or actually the opposite, where it's you got to have the football for the rock and then you have the Arky for the wood. So like that kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone with that head, dude.
And check this out. Now this is a 1/2 ounce, but check this out. This is a 1/2 ounce football. Look at the width.
Yeah, it's like the same.
It's the same.
It's perfect.
Yeah, it's the same.
And so you can ride well, you shouldn't even sell the football jig. He's trying to sell you something you don't need, dude. You don't even need it. What's with the dimples on the head of the other one?
The dimples. Well, I'll give you the dead honest answer. There was a guy around us for years. He would dimple the heads, and they're also on the Bama Swim Jig as well.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But he would dimple the heads. He said it changed the water displacement. The reason that I dimple them, BS aside, when you go to Tackle Warehouse, any of your retailers, you're scrolling, all of the footballs, it's like football, looks awesome.
Yeah, it does. That's what I was going to say. It kind of looks cool.
That's it. That's the whole reason right there. The dimples are a great deal.
There might be something with it moving water or falling across the rocks a little different.
But we don't have the little dudes in the lab coats to tell us that. So it's like, you don't want to be gimmicky, so it looks awesome. That's the deal. That's the deal.
Bro, they even got boats here. They got my boat. This is not what mine's gonna look like, but it's gonna be pretty darn close. I did a custom color on the Nitro for next year. This one's pretty sweet though. I've never seen a red one. One of these days, now that I'm Alabama people, I gotta get a red boat. But they got Nitros, they got tin boats, they got trackers. There's a Camus right there, like what Miles has. There's some Rangers over there. Get a boat, get a rod, and go fishing, right? All right, so I guess there's some stuff outside, so we're gonna go check this out. These look pretty naughty. Check out these. We might have to find one of those. Those look pretty cool. He caught one. He's actually like fighting the fish on the TV. That's cool. It wouldn't be a fishing show without a fishing pond, right? Check that out. The old trout pond. Ain't nobody catching nothing though, so we gotta go back to Gunnersville and go catch some fish. So what do you think? Was that pretty sick? Dude, the Alabama fishing show was pretty naughty. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be, and we got to see some cool people. Anything from like bigger vendors, you know, like Thunderhawk, Cumberland, to like your mom and pop like custom plastic makers, custom like swim baits, custom painted baits. There's all kinds of cool stuff because you see all ends of the spectrum, boats, everything, dude. But if there's one thing that this show made me want to do, it's go fishing, dude. So we're going back to Gunnersville. We're gonna drop the boat in, go try to catch some bass. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you don't do it for me, do it for Swimsuit Girl, because she was a sport. She went to a fishing show and hung out, dude. We are out.